I've been a prosecutor for 15 years, but never have I seen a case quite like this.
Oh, nothing much, just refueling for the case.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Something to do with the homicide and gambling scam or something?
Yeah, that's right. A lot of students and faculty members have been losing a lot of money, especially the police tech department and Anna Pine's English class.
Crazy. What were they betting on?
College sports mostly. Basketball, football, you name it. Actually, there were so many people on the servers that the internet was even slower at it than it usually is.
Online sports gambling? When did that become a thing?
Well, people have started trusting AI way more than they should. And so these new predictive models have been coming out. And yeah, they've made quite a boom. Actually, creators are making so much money off of this.
Sounds like quite a murder case then.
Yeah, you bet.
What am I looking at?
That's a good question. So Ian and Sandy from the comp sci department were sent this file from a student named Elizabeth. They'd never met apparently, but this is an AI prediction software. It's a little over their heads. We know that she was selling it at Abbott.
Wait, but the software is supposed to help people make better bets. If they're losing all this money, obviously there's something wrong with the software.
Oh, of course. If you're looking to make money, why stop at selling the code? Sure, selling the software generates a lot of profit, but if the code leads everyone to bet on the wrong outcome and you bet on the opposite, your profits skyrocket. The bigger, the better.
Yes, for sure.
But this type of software would be very complicated to code. Do you really think a student would be able to create something like this?
Well, I mean, there doesn't seem to be a more capable programmer at the school. Like, she did get the computer science AI grant to create this software specifically. So she also got the computer operation and networking artistry award. She must be pretty good.
Yeah, but do you know how many parameters you would have to include in your software to be able to consistently and accurately predict the outcome of a sports game? You would need to know every player's move, injuries, abilities, the plays, even down to what they've had for breakfast. It's impossible.
What are you getting at here, Soph?
I'm saying that there's no way that this software is able to predict who's going to win the basketball game tomorrow. Sure, Elizabeth is a great programmer, but this is surely not entirely AI generated.
Okay, so what if someone on the other side of the screen is manually inputting the predictions but making it seem like the outcome is AI generated?
Yeah, you'd have to be like 20 moves in advance to predict this. You'd have to be like a genius, a mastermind.
Or a damn good chess player.
Okay, so you're saying that Jesse and Liz created this program together?
That's what I'm thinking. Both Jesse and Elizabeth are friends with Naz, and they're also scary smart people. Perhaps one of them came up with the idea of creating a scam that was tailored to their strengths. Elizabeth being a really good programmer, and Jesse having lots of experience making predictions from his chess experience.
Okay, but what about Naz? How would he play into all this?
Well, do you remember when students said that they heard Sarah Bernard run into class and say, "Hey Naz, it was all a scam"?
Yeah?
Well, maybe that means that Naz was the promoter, and then Liz advertised amongst the kids, and so then that's how the English department was able to know about it.
Maybe, but that's pretty circumstantial. Do we have any concrete evidence that this might actually have been happening?
I mean, there was this name on the certificate given to Elizabeth, and when you unscramble the letters, it gives Bouvier and Rabachian, which suggests that both Jesse and Naz gave Elizabeth the certificate, maybe for some false credibility.
And we did get a letter that said, "Hey Naz, if you're still interested, we should meet," from Liz.
Yeah, but what could he have wanted to discuss?
I mean, we've looked into Jesse's financial history, and he's made quite a few expensive purchases over the past few months. New wheelchair, new coffee grinder, new coffee maker.
So the scam has been quite profitable.
Definitely for Jesse. Maybe that's why Elizabeth and Naz needed to reel him in a little bit.
Needs to be. Special Agent Slavin from Homicide just got here to help us with the murder case relating to the gambling scam. Let's speed her up.
Yeah.
Speed.
Okay, of course. So, on March 24th, there was a murder at the local bar. and the victim's name was Elizabeth Holmes.
We've spoken to multiple witnesses throughout the line of the investigation. Fiona Stewart, Wendy Eberly, Alexandre Limoges, Anna Lapine, and it's pretty clear that there's been some sort of disagreement between Jesse, Naz, and Liz.
Yeah, and
Guys, we just got the lab results back from Liz's stomach contents. It says here that she died of anaphylactic shock from her allergy to albumin.
Albumin. I mean, the only thing she was eating at the bar was like the popcorn, but
no albumin in here.
Could someone have contaminated it? I mean, who ran the popcorn?
Well, we know from Wendy Eberly that Jesse asked Naz to go buy and bring in the popcorn.
And what about the scuff marks on the floor? I mean, Naz does use a skateboard.
yes, but Jesse also uses a wheelchair. He can go pretty quick, so it's very possible that those are from him as well.
That's true.
That's it. Jesse was mad that Liz and Naz wanted to cut him out of the scam. So he decides to kill Liz using her allergy and then frame Naz for it.
Okay, so Jesse rushes in, pours egg powder, which contains albumin, onto the popcorn, then flees.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'll draft up a report on this and I'll bring it to the Crown's office first thing tomorrow.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks.
Jesse Bouvier, first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit fraud. Naz Arabarian, conspiracy to commit fraud. This is a really complicated case. I'm gonna need some clarification before I can proceed. Come in.
So, Miss Downs, you said some things were unclear with our case.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. There is a lot we need to talk about. I understood section 1 here of your report, the background information. So let's go straight to section 2.
Sure.
As I was reading, I saw a lot of compelling evidence that proves Jesse and Naz were conspiring in the scam. With the intercepted letter, the fake certificate, and multiple witnesses who saw the AI program, this would hold up well in court. However, in section 3, the homicide portion is less convincing.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I can try to make our case more clear. I mean, we definitely have a motive. We know that Jesse kept wanting more and more and more. He kept wanting things to be bigger and better, and he got greedy. I mean, like you can see over here in section 4 with the evidence matrix.
Yeah.
We see he got a wheelchair, coffee grinder, all of that. So he kept buying expensive stuff, and that actually put the scam at risk. So Liz sent a message, like we can see here again, to Naz, and they wanted to discuss kicking Jesse out of the group for good, but unfortunately Jesse found out. So he ended up killing Liz with the allergen, and then he framed Naz for it, so that way he could have the business all to himself.
But is there any physical evidence that is in police custody that proves Jesse planted the allergen in the popcorn?
I mean, we can see here that there were marks on the floor from a wheelchair, and like we know that for certain because even though Naz has a skateboard, he actually left it at the door of the bar, so it couldn't be from that. What else do we have? Wendy, we had an interrogation with her, and we learned that Jesse had actually asked Naz to bring in popcorn to the bar, but unfortunately we don't really have evidence that Jesse poisoned it with the allergen.
Okay, well, with the information that we do have here in the report, it is not enough to convict him of anything unless you're able to come up with something else.
Yeah, I mean, we've also heard from students that Jesse tends to talk a lot about alcohol, and that could tie him back to the bar.
That won't really cut it in court, and so I am sorry, but we won't be able to attempt to prosecute Jesse for first-degree murder unless we're able to come up with more evidence. We're gonna have to leave it at conspiracy of fraud.
Yeah, I mean, that really is all we have. I guess it's just like another moment of the criminal getting away with it. I mean, the world is getting so complicated these days, especially with AI. Like, this is definitely happening more often now.
Gambling will definitely be getting out of hand, especially with people putting their trust in these systems that are all a scam in the end. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, let's just really hope there's something we can do about this in the future. But for now, we're really just gonna have to wrap things up with our case.
Yeah. All we can do for now is go to court for fraud.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you.
Bye.